In this video, we're focusing on what to do when the interview isn't going as planned. Even the best prepared candidates can sometimes feel like an interview is going poorly. The important thing is don't panic. Let's talk about how to handle these situations with grace and turn things around. If you realize you're struggling during an interview, here are a few things that you can do. First, make sure you're staying calm. Take a deep breath and stay composed. Showing that you can keep cool under pressure is a really valuable trait in itself. Second, acknowledge it. If you stumble on a question or you feel like you're not making a strong impression, it's okay to acknowledge it briefly and move on. You can say, "I'm sorry, I'm just a bit nervous. Let me take a moment to gather my thoughts." Most interviewers aren't going to hold it against you if you're a bit nervous. It shows you care. What they won't forgive is not being prepared. I'm going to give you an example. So instead of letting a difficult question throw you off, try this approach. An interviewer asks you a technical question about something you're not sure about. Instead of guessing, you say, "I haven't encountered that specific situation before, but I am willing to learn and can quickly adapt to new tools and techniques." This shows your honesty and eagerness to learn, which can impress an interviewer more than a wrong or unsure answer. If you feel like the interview is going off track, check in with the interviewer. Ask them if they need more information or if there's a specific area that they'd like you to elaborate on. For instance, you could say, "Is there a particular skill or experience that you're looking for that I could provide more detail on? Would you like me to explain further about a specific part of my work experience?" These questions are really going to help you make sure that you're giving the interviewer what they're looking for. When they're asking you questions, if you don't know what they're asking, it's okay to ask them to repeat or rephrase the question. If you know what they're asking, but all of a sudden go blank, you can also ask them to rephrase the question because it'll buy you a little bit of time. If you're still blank, it's okay to ask if you can come back to the question later in the interview. Sometimes things go poorly in an interview because you get in your head too much. Try to stay really present and be an active listener. Worrying about how you answered the last question or thinking too much about the outcome of the interview will pull you out of the moment and impact your performance. Your willingness to adapt, respond positively, even if things aren't going perfectly, can really leave a strong impression. Employers aren't looking for perfect. They're looking for people who are likable, coachable, and that will fit within their team and company. Focus on your personal skills and building the connection with them rather than expecting perfection. Perfection isn't realistic or possible. To reduce the chances of things going poorly, gather as much information about the interview when you get that call or email offering it to you. Ask detailed questions about what the interview will include. You could ask, "Tell me more about the interview process and what to expect. How long will the interview be and how many people will be included? Can you share the names of the people that will be interviewing me? Will there be any practical tests or technical questions that I should prepare for?" Asking these questions will help you feel more prepared and confident. Finally, if there's something that didn't go well in the interview, you can address it when you send them the thank you email the day after the interview. In this email, you can subtly counter any negative impressions from the interview that you're concerned about. And overall, to avoid interviews going poorly, stay calm, acknowledge if you're nervous, check in with the interviewer, and make sure you're prepared by asking questions beforehand so you know what to expect. Following these tips will help you ace your next interview.